Hi folks, this is my garden. I've lived here 38 years and I've had a garden every year. I still enjoy it. It's summertime and time for fruits and vegetables to mature so they can pick and eat. The fun part, fresh juicy tomatoes so you can put a slice on your sandwich, make a BLT or a fresh salad. I believe that the key to healthy eating is growing our own produce. One of my favorite things to grow is tomatoes. Your garden may not be the same as mine, but we still have a few things in common. My experience in growing tomatoes over the years has produced a plan or procedure that works every year. Whether you're a beginner or experienced or an organic gardener, you probably have one or more of these frustrations. Oh boy, this is a situation where we have a nice tomato vine. Looks like it's nice and healthy and everything, but there are no tomatoes on it. The reason is because it's not getting enough sunlight. It's planted inside and it needs to be outside. All right, here's a case of blossom end rot. I found that by putting lime in the hole at the time you're planting your tomato, it will prevent this blossom end rot. It's a calcium deficiency. All right, this is a situation where you hit late blight. You see when the leaves are swiveling, dying, and that's a bad situation. Cutworm. There's one thing you can do about cutworm. That is, at the time of planting, you can wrap a piece of paper or a piece of foil around the tomato plant so that when you plant it, the paper or the foil is about 1 inch above ground and 1 inch below ground. And that will keep the cutworm from cutting your tomato plant. And here's the famous tomato hornworm. He's busy eating away at the leaves on the plant, and in just a short period of time he will strip a tomato of all its leaves. Tomato fruit worm. He's digging into the tomato here and he will soon be inside eating the interior of the tomato. Nematodes. Nematodes attach themselves to the roots of tomato plants, and they can cause serious damage, and they will live over from one season to the next. In other words, if you have nematodes this summer, they will live over to the fall, the winter, and be there the next spring. If you plant your tomato plants in the same spot, they will attack the new plants. Stink bugs. That's something that is undesirable for your tomato plants. And leaf-footed bugs. You don't want any of those in the garden. Animals, birds, there's some things we can do to discourage birds from eating your tomatoes. Same thing with squirrels, chipmunks, rats, and deer. So we'll be talking about those a little later. Poor soil. There are several things that contribute to poor soil. One is that they may, when they were constructing your house, they may have been digging a basement, they may have thrown the subsoil out onto your yard, and then it'd be difficult for you to grow tomatoes in that subsoil. And tree roots, it's difficult for your plants to get enough water, moisture, when their tree roots are present. And then non-rotating crops. They again, like the nematode, you need to plant your tomatoes in a different place the next season. Companion plants. There are some plants that you can grow at the end of your garden rows or in between your tomato plants, and they will help discourage predators from coming in and feasting on your tomatoes and tomato plants. And there's some good insects too. One that comes to mind is the praying mantis. That's Preying mantis. That's a good one to have around. Now, pesticides, I use those as a last resort, and one that I have used in the past is Liquid 7, SEVIN. Even though people ask me how I grow them every year, I never really taught a class about growing tomatoes. But now I finally decided to teach this class because I want others to experience the same joy that I have. And I love helping families by producing good food right out of their own garden. That's why I put together a training program on how to grow the very best tomatoes, year after year. On this page, there's a place to subscribe, and when you subscribe, I'll send you the details of the Homegrown Tomatoes class.